Culture Fest is a two-day event showcase of Kasi-inspired cultures and aesthetics in music, film, fashion and motorsport. Now, on the days of this event, attendees will experience a curated lineup of musical performance. This is paired with spinners. As the sun sets, the event goers will be treated to a screening of the film An Ordinary People. Joining us live to speak about this is the founder of the event, Thato Dhladhla. Thato, thank you so much for your time this morning. A very good morning to you. Just talk to me about this event, and why have you chosen the Kasi flavor as the focal point in this?
Good morning, Buhle, and to all your viewers as well. Thank you first and foremost for having us on the show. I'm the co-founders. I'm not a one-man show. I've got an incredible team as well. Together with me, trying to pull off this festival. They've been doing some really, really incredible work behind the scenes. So it's really just about celebrating the culture, celebrating Kasi culture. You know, there are so many flavors, so many tastes, so many palettes. You know, the Kasi is just filled with so much talent. And today also, celebrating as well the release of our documentary film called An Ordinary People, which has been like 4 years in the making. We'll be releasing the film today. So as a form of celebration and as a form of creating a platform for talent of all forms, from music, dance, culture, motorsport, fashion, and the likes that we are seeing coming from the townships all around South Africa. But because we're in Johannesburg, it's the surrounding neighborhoods that are surrounding Johannesburg with a long, long history. So we're really just out there, celebrating all things Kasi culture, respecting all COVID protocols and just trying our best to, put up a platform. This is year one, our MVP, so this is going to be our inaugural festival. It will be an annual festival. It's just celebrating all things Kasi flavor and Kasi culture. We've got an incredible lineup, the likes of DJ Maporisa, the likes of Admiral Njasi, Dimpo Sebina, as well as, some spinners, some legendary spinners, Magesh Ndaba, Jeff James, we've got Sam Muzi. We're going to be out there at Wheels and Smoke, which is literally right by the Mall of the South. So if you just head down south on the Klippersrivier Drive, you'll find us down there throughout this weekend. So we're just out there, celebrating, going to be having fun and just making sure that the Kasi is celebrated. We also have an amazing lineup of up-and-coming talent, so we believe that in creating a platform where, artists and culture and all forms of, creativity can collaborate on a single platform. So we have guys like Gozu Keys, Stay the Stags, DJ Tito, and Stager with the Vibe, who they've also just released their singles. So they're going to be showing up with a whole lot of list of young and up-and-coming talent as well.
So Thato, let's quickly speak about, the flavor. When we speak about Kasi, I mean, if you talk about Kasi, I'm expecting a, kaleidoscope of colors. I'm expecting Ikwela, I'm expecting, Banzula dances and spinning. But let's focus a little bit on spinning and the importance and the linkage that spinning imoto, Shai Imoto essentially has with culture, with Kasi culture, and how you guys are planning to bring that across.
Oh man, spinning is South Africa's first original motorsport, essentially. It was born out of crime, but, just the innovation and the resilience of our people, we have found a way of spinning that into something that can put food on the table for a number of families, because it supports, so many people in the ecosystem. There's mechanics, there's the drivers, the stuntmen, there's, not just the drivers on the pitch, but also the teams of the drivers, the guys that have to drive the tow trucks, the guys that have to drive the flatbeds. We have all sorts of flavors as well that you find within the motorsport, different kinds of characters in there. We have policemen in there who are spinners. We have your average Joe. We have businessmen. We have, teachers. We have, all forms of people. So really just the colors of that. You're mentioning things like Panzula, Kwela. We have invited a number of colors to be part of this festival. But as you know that, these types of festivals are not cheap on the pocket. So what we're really trying to do is have a successful year one MVP that, come Monday the 6th, we are really just on day one of the festival that's going to be in 2022, where we can, really start forming and including and involving more colors that we find in the palettes of emakasi, So, just, coming back to the motorsport itself, it's now officially, it's a legal motorsport sanctioned by Motorsport South Africa. It is a governed sport. It is fully legal with all forms of regulation. Ring fenced around it, so it's a great moment as well in our country to come to a point where we can celebrate such things that we're not necessarily born in the greatest of light, but we find a way to spin it. So, we resonate with that from emakasi, because you just hear the sound of ikusheshe and you already know it speaks to the heart, it speaks to the soul if you're coming from a township and you know what time it is.
Absolutely.
It's alongside the sound of a kusheshe and the sound of a VR6, one of the staple diets in Malukshini. So we are celebrating that as well,
now, Thato,
alongside the people that make the culture amazing.
Now, in closing, let's quickly talk about this film and ordinary people. Essentially, that's what you're going to be showcasing, and ordinary people who are from the Kasi, who live in the Kasi, everyday Joes, as you mentioned, but who do extraordinary things. Talk to me about that film.
So the film has been 4 years in the making. We are also involved within the advertising space. We play in the film and TV space. We are filmmakers and creatives by day trade, So with all the budgets and the money that we make from our advertising, it's 100% fully self-funded. We've been doing this thing since we started with, motorsport around 2016, when we did a motorsport series, a competition series that aired on one of your competitors' channel, So, so that's really part of a long journey. We premiered the film in 2020 at the Slam Dance Film Festival out in Utah. We were also at the Pan-African Film Festival out in Los Angeles, which really celebrates the African diaspora content. So we premiered the film out there, and then COVID happened. So we are really it's a comeback and a bounce back to really just get the film out there, because it's been a long time in the making, and, we believe it's time we release it and give it to the people. And the title itself, An Ordinary People, the full title is An Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things. It's incredible when you start meeting some of the characters within the Kasi and the motorsport culture, where you see some of these amazing characters doing incredible things, So it's just a celebration of that, and ordinary people really doing amazing and incredible, extraordinary things when it comes to some of the stunts that they're doing and some of the measures and that they're putting around preserving this motorsport and really taking it further and involving some of the young spinners. You've got spinners as young as 12, 13, 14, 15, who are legally sanctioned to drive a motorsport spinning car on the pitch. Obviously, on our K53 roads, they need to wait until they are 16 and 18 for that. But in the spinning culture, they are able to get, some driving time behind the wheel, fully sanctioned and fully licensed, thanks to the fact that spinning is now a legal motorsport. So we are really excited, to really bring the film out to the public. Yeah. And also we are creating an ecosystem where we are able to, be in a position to distribute our work directly and first to our audience, and then start syndicating it to all the other forms of video and demand platforms and all the other platforms. But for now, we're going to be screening it today, and it will also be available on our website, culturefest.co.za. That's culture with a K, culturefest.co.za. You'll find all things about the festival on that website.
Thank you so much. That's Thato Dhladhla, the co-founder of Culture Fest. On that website, you can also have a look at the festival that gets underway today at 12 o'clock this afternoon. That will be set to start. If you do want to go out and enjoy some fun in the sun, hopefully the rain doesn't catch you. Right?